Peace, grace, and passion, ladies and gentlemen. Peace, grace, and passion. Y'all already know what time it is. It's the host with the most, baby AS3, and we back. We back, y'all, with another episode of Talk About It TV. This is season 2, and I got a very, very special guest on the line right now. My boy Azariah, aka Sloppy Smooth, aka Persian Warlord, aka, you know what I mean, Database Misfit. Talk to him, baby. What's good?
Hey, yeah, firmament one. All right, what's good, man? How you, man? Good to check in with you once again, man. You already know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good to see you, man. First of all, before
So
we even get into it, man, how's everything going, man? What's good?
everything's beautiful, man. I'm gonna be in Brooklyn tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Your birthplace. You know what I'm saying? Being there
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow performing. We got a little mini tour going on right now called Never Question My Integrity Tour, and got a couple of days coming up. So just trying to get the visibility up there and get people familiar with the brand, the name, and the music.
Yeah, no doubt. So for some of y'all who may not know, man, this is Azariah, independent artist, man, in the hip hop space. Definitely wanted to just give y'all a little taste of what's going on. So we're gonna get into one of his videos right now. Let them know what video we about to display real quick, fam.
We're gonna check out Blessed and Highly Favored. This is the title track off of a project I did back in like 2021, 2022 with my man producer Laddie. Laddie, what's going on, brother? It's called Blessed and Highly Favored, man.
Blessed and Highly Favored. Really extraordinary to with five with us. And becomes all that much more powerful. I come from the Arctic weather, snowstorms, the darkest era. When you're now the clay, I'ma sculpt it better. Don't gamble with your life, I had to scramble in the fight. Family of my wife was mad, I got it right. That sucker right, a black man's kryptonite. No cryptocurrency, your life move urgency. Reminiscing how I'm caught into emergency. No hyperbole, I kill the game verbally. Rest in power, my words last for eternity. Show no mercy, a black queen had to birth me. The water brown and murky in the river in my city. Some allies, most stood up against me. Make history, I like my chicken fried crispy. What's on the minds of many, I don't got no time for envy. Santa in the chimney, food on my plate was plenty. Niggas far from friendly, put the game in a frenzy.
I'd like to talk with you this evening about being hungry. Somebody said, I'm hungry. It is something I like to share some ideas and thoughts with you. I'm not asking that you believe anything that I say. I'm not asking that you agree with me.
I'm far from where I want to be. Strive for more and stay secure. My mind mature, my team got a higher score. I adore life, couldn't see this in hindsight. I rhyme right, far from the limelight. My aura strong, my force still shine bright. Divine right, no Miller high life. I fly high, my mind state is gray skies. Be wise, cause life can speed by. My daughter knee high, I'm in the dark Levi's. My niggas streetwise, preachers with the beam pies. My eyes gleam, Terry from what I seen. Watch traffic, don't get stuck in them high beams. I'm the captain, MVP of my team. I ride clean, heart bigger than y'all mean. Since 14, rap was my motivation. Changed my situation, sick of all the niggas hating. I'm the best right now when y'all debating. Barbershop talk, I'm like Malachi York. If you don't put your all in it, then you fall short. The ball in my core, I don't down on no pork.
When something happens to you, you don't deny it, you defy it. And I was defiant that I'm going to beat this, I'm going to handle this. That there are people who many times when something happens to them, that they embrace it from a place of fear and it takes them out.
Sir, yes, sir. Shout
Wow.
out to Gus. You know what I'm saying? Gus, the one that shot that video, he done did a lot of work with like Griselda early on and stuff. And Laddie hooked that up, man. So that was definitely a blessing to have him shoot that. He shot a couple other ones from that project that we did as well. So it was just an honor to work with the brother, man.
Yo, that was dope, fam. And that's my first time ever seeing that video.
Really?
Too.
Okay. No doubt. No doubt.
And you know, I keep up with the catalog, baby. So you're already
Right.
know the most part. But that
Right.
was nice,
Thank you, man.
Word. So, just to start it off for a minute, let some of the people, know exactly what you're doing in terms of the hip hop space and how long you've been involved in the music.
I mean, I've been rhyming for a while. Started really pursuing it in 2005. That's when I first put out a project. Even though the my first project was called The Chronicle, it wasn't on social media in the way it is now. Back then, it was like MySpace and things of that nature, pure volume, all that type of stuff early on. But the reason why I consider that like my genesis with it is because that's the first time I would perform for people, had CDs, selling my CDs, doing shows. It really that's where everything kind of started for me, man. And just kind of been you know, going strong ever since.
Right, right, no doubt. So another question I got for you, man. In terms of when you started to where we at right now in 2025, are
Mhm.
you are you still affiliated with anybody from the past that was still doing music with you, or just hanging around, or whatever the case may be?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, a lot of the guys I was around, back in '05, like my man Euphony, he's still around. He's actually more active now, than he's been in the past. My
Mhm.
man McVeigh don't rap no more, but that's still like a good friend of mine and stuff. We still chop it up. Pretty much. I mean, when you doing this, like, you see that sometimes as you continue to ascend and you continue on, not everybody does, but that don't mean like there's no love lost. We all, people and stuff, everything like that. So yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Man, no doubt, man. Shout out to McVeigh. Shout out to
Mhm.
you, man. We're definitely good brothers, man. That's what's up. So, talk to the people, man, about I know I've been seeing on the internet that you got some dates going on. You know what I mean? Got you a little tour, whatnot going on. So, talk a little bit about that,
Yeah,
man.
man. I mean that came about, man. I had a couple shows kind of close together, and like, Euphony was like, yo, you might as well just, what I'm saying, say you on tour, like, what I mean, like dress it up. And then, it made sense. And that, once I actually, took the initiative and did that, I actually got another date, the March 27th show. That originally it was April 27th, but then he had to move the date back to, the promoter that reached out to me in lieu of everything else that was going on, all the other shows I had set up. So even though he pushed it up, March 27th, it's like, man, like this is the busiest March I've ever had. I've been writing over 20 years. It's the busiest March I've ever had. I'll be in Brooklyn on March 7th. Like I said, I don't know when you airing this or when people are going to see, but I'll be in Brooklyn March 7th, Rochester at the Green Lounge, March 15th, with Cello, Lafayette Cafe and them. Shout out to those guys and everything. Then March 27th, I'm in Greenfield, Massachusetts, that is. And then on April 4th, I'm in Southbridge, Massachusetts.
Okay, that's what's up, man. That's a vibe, man. Definitely.
Yeah, so it's a blessing, man. Like I've been performing for years, but it never culminated where I'm just doing these things. And it ain't like, I'm getting paid and it's all glitz and glamour. Nah, this is passion, man. This is sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? This is something that I want to see, get more. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just,
Mhm.
taking in baby steps right now.
Yeah, you pushing through, fam, and that's what I want to let some of the people know, man. When you building your platform as an independent artist in the music space, it's very important for you to lock in and put forth the bread
So
to do
big.
what you do to push your passion. Because when it comes to the independent portion of it, it's not easy and it's not for everybody as well. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
if you
right.
want to, talk to them a little bit about what it takes to be an independent artist and the struggles and the things that go with that.
It's a lot of ups and downs, man. You know, everything always, you may not be like where you want to be in terms of, the light of the attention on you. You may just have to, stay steady. I remember, salute to my cousin Eric Canal. I remember when he first came home back in like 2010, 09, 2010, like he was real hot. You know what I'm saying? Had a lot of stuff going, you know what I'm saying? Um,
Mhm.
I was still there too, you know what I'm saying, doing what I do, you know what I mean? And like everybody has different paths, you know what I'm saying? Like he might have fell back, had to, take care of some family things. Like I done had things in my life that you know, you would think would take me away from the music. But even when I was going through my little trials and tribulations, I'm still grinding. I'm still putting projects out. I'm still, you know, recording. I'm still, you know, networking with people, meeting people and stuff. So, you know, being an independent artist isn't easy, man. But it's like in this day and age with technology and everything, it's like everything is on the artist now. Everything's at your fingertips with these phones, these devices, and everything we have, like social media and all that. It's a lot, man. You know, it's a
Yeah,
lot.
right. Definitely, definitely. It's definitely a big change from when we came up in the
Yeah,
music for
yeah.
sure.
We had to use to like mail copyrights and all that. Now, you know, you got, you know, the royalty joints like the BMI, the little, you know, companies, you know, like that ASCAP, you know, Sound Exchange. It's a lot of different ways, and it's like I'm not even abreast to everything yet. You know, I'm still learning day by day, learning. You know, self-taught though. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Or from those
Hmm.
around me that may be a little bit further along than I am and can give me a little insight, you know, in certain areas and stuff like that. So it's a beautiful thing, man. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's about, you know, the passion, man, or, you know, the drive and the journey. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for the end result. I'm just in love with the process, and I just want to, you know, keep refining my skill and keep doing what I got to do. You know?
Yeah, we appreciate that, bro. And you could tell in your product, man, that you speak with passion. You really got something to say, man. And we need more artists out there like you, bro, that's actually sticking to the script and not
Appreciate
not
that.
not clowning around for you know for the just the hell of it, and
Right.
really articulating their craft in the way that they need to, man, to push
Well,
forward.
another thing, Art, like not to cut you, but you gotta like know your audience too. Like I see a lot of guys, maybe my age, you know what I'm saying, maybe older, maybe a little younger. Um,
Mhm.
and they still chasing the young dude stuff. Maybe that's them, but like me, you know, I'm 30, I'm 38, you know what I'm saying? Um, the type of music that influenced me that I grew up listening to is kind of like the type of music that I cater to and the type of music that I make. So it's like niche areas for, you know, for people with, you know, real MCing and not just, you know, the gimmick or not just, you know, the latest trend or this or that. You know, and I
Mhm.
feel like you know, like you got to know yourself and kind of know what you're aiming for and kind of, you know, play to your crowd, know what your crowd is, you know?
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, man.
So if we got ask you right now in this moment, how many projects would you say you had that you got out total, if you can remember offhand? Because I know you put out a lot of stuff, but how,
Um,
how many projects you got out right now?
I don't know offhand. I know my Bandcamp probably has like 13 to maybe 15 of them. I know, shout out to my man Lunatic. Me and Lunatic did a couple projects. One was called the Comfort EP, and the other one was called I think Verbal Dietary. But we were supposed to there were two separate projects. I think Lunatic took them off the net, and we were supposed to like repackage them and put them back out. We haven't done that yet. I did a
Mhm.
lot of work with my man at Najee Jordan from Chicago too. Shout out to him. I got one with him called Zenom and Messafint, and another one called Self Proclaimed King when I shot a few visuals for. So with the two I did with Lunatic, two I did with a Najee, and the 15 I got now was set. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
Mhm.
20 something probably. I actually getting ready to drop Black Falcon produced by a guy over in Poland named Sly B. Sly, what's going on, man? Not like I said, I'm not sure when this is coming out, but that's set to drop April 1st. I just uploaded it to Bandcamp last night. So it's just, you know, I learn new things and, you know, every release, man, and, you know, just trying to, you know, keep it coming, man, you know.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I like that name too, Black Falcon.
Oh, good luck. Good luck.
How did that come about?
It was just something I used to say, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of like sloppy smooth. It really, you know, it's a loose connection, but it's kind of like something that had a nice ring to it. And I said it in verses before, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of something that stuck out to me. I mean, shout out to my man Mink Million. He did the artwork for it, you know what I'm saying? So like I said,
Mhm.
I'm getting ready to drop the first single called Blood Type. I got a video for that. Shout out to Bodega Films. He shot that for me. Probably like within the next few weeks, I'll be, you know, putting the single out then the visual, you know.
Oh, that's what's up. You know,
Mhm.
do you got a specific producer in terms of your videography that you like working with the most out of all of the people that you
I
have?
mean, I've had I've had not to cut you off, my bad, but I've
No, you
had
good.
a lot of people that I've worked with in terms of like video guys that are kind of prominent now in this underground space we in. You know, I just told you about Gus. You know, he got ties with Griselda, did things with them. Fresh
Mhm.
Vision, shout out to Fresh. You know, he did a lot of my earlier work. He's done some, you know, some work with me. He also worked with a lot of them guys too. Isaiah shot it. You know what I'm saying? He's done a lot of my work. He works with the Cloth, you know, Riggs, you know, guys like that a lot, you know. So it's just a lot of dudes that I kind of, you know, Bodega works with a lot of the young guys, and you know, the Nas Santanas, and you know, he shot something for Katona too. Shout out to you know all those guys. So it's been a lot of people, you know, kind of involved. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. It's a community. You know what I'm saying? And when it's a
Right.
community, it's like you know everybody brings something to the table, kind of like a potluck. You know what I'm saying? You know, at the job
Mhm.
or something, you know, everybody bring a dish. So I've been blessed to work with those, you know, a lot of people. And like I said, I just feel like I'm, you know, still getting started, man. Just still trying to, you know, improve the craft, man.
Yeah, no doubt. It's a journey, man. It's a
Yeah,
journey.
it definitely is.
Word.
Yeah.
Most definitely. So you got so aside from the dates that you got coming up, when I wanted to ask you specifically about performing, like what 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 channels your energy in your process before you get into, you know, before you go on stage? Do you get stage fright? Like, is there any? What's your process of what's that's like before you
I
got
just
to?
That's an ill question, man. I just look at it like this, man. You know, this is my first impression. You know, a lot of places where I perform, these people ain't never heard me, don't know nothing about me. So it's like I wanna leave a good first impression. You know what I'm saying? I wanna give them something that they'll remember. I want to command the crowd. I want to articulate my point. I want to make sure my breath control is good because I'm asthmatic, man. You know what I'm saying? I got asthma, and sometimes my asthma be you know bad or whatever. But it's like you know knowing that these people are coming to see a show and knowing that I'm not performing over backup vocals or doing nothing that, but I'm really, you know, coming out there and you know, giving them, you know, what they came to see. You know, that's something that's beautiful, man. And I study the game a lot too. I watch a lot of performances that I've done in the past. You know, my peers, people that I look, you know, grew up listening to. I pretty much constantly forever involved in just, you know, the art rhyming and you know the music of hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So if you had to, so you for some young artists out there, if you had
Mhm.
to just give them some pointers on
Mhm.
just just being besides being independent, but just their stage presence or whatever, what would you suggest for them?
You know your stuff. You know, like a lot of practices, man. It's just like you know any other discipline. You know, you got to practice at it. You know, take it serious. You know, some people just want to be up there looking cool and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But nah, like really give these people what they came to see, man. You know, this is the art, man. This is the you know the craft, and you know you got to take pride in that, man. And if you do, I feel like it shows. You know.
No doubt, no doubt. And for the people who may or may not know, man, you are a father and you do have a family. So I wanted to ask you, how are you differentiating your time in between, you know, your artistry and making sure you're at home taking care of business?
I mean, like I said, you know, I got a daughter, you know, my daughter Maya, you know, shout out to her, my stepson Daryl, shout out to him. I mean, they my motivation, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm not doing no music stuff, if I'm not at work, I'm at home with the family, I'm running errands for my wife, I'm, you know, taking care of the kids. That's just come with it, you know. So it's like, you know, I was raised with my mom, shout out to my pops, my father, but he wasn't really around all the time, you know, when I was other ages. So it's like now that I'm there, you know, I just want to make sure like, you know, I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be present. You know, I might not, you know, like I said, it's always something to work on, but I'm there and I'm in the moment and you know, I do it for them, you know what I'm
Right, right. And then
saying?
do they fully understand the process of what you got
I
going
mean,
on?
they see me practice a lot in the living room and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Maya be singing along sometimes, you know, words she could say, you know what I'm saying? Um, But yeah, I think the important thing is they see me dedicated at something, and that's teaching them. You know, if you love something, if you want to do something, you know, you should stick with it. Don't just lip service it. Don't just say, "Oh yeah, I want to be a football player. I want to be a basketball player." Like, nah, if you want to do that, you know, put the work in to become that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's what I'm showing
No, that's what's up, man.
them.
what if they wanted to be a artist? Like, would you
Man.
how would you feel about that?
I mean, you know, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They still young. I know Daryl don't really. He listen to me. He listen to a lot of different music than me. You know, and that's another thing I like too with the kids. Like, you stay abreast to what's going on with the younger generation too. You see what they into and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But if they wanted to be an artist, I follow your dreams. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to do. But you know.
Hey man, that's what it is. That's what it is. So let the people know some of your social media handles, man. Let's get that out the way. Let them know where they
Yeah.
can find you at and all of that.
I'm on TikTok and Instagram, Azariah SFD, and that's just short for Smooth Freshness Development, but AZARIAHSFD. YouTube, Smooth Freshness. Yeah, Facebook, AH Franklin. My other Facebook's got hacked, so I'm really trying to be careful because, like, when you're an artist and stuff, it'd be a lot of people. I could build your page up, I could do this, I could do that, and all that be below me, man.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure, man. So pretty much I want to get into in terms of your projects,
Mm-hmm.
do you find it harder to work with other people? Like, would you rather just be by yourself and do you, or are you okay with sharing the space, sharing the light with some of the people that you are doing music with?
Nah, man. I love, doing music with brothers, like my man Hustle, Jay Hustle, Euphony, all three of us do a lot of stuff together. And like I said, it's just a different energy, man. It's always, at the level I'm at where this ain't, like my bread and butter, type of deal. Like it's easier to kind of delegate, you know what I'm saying, or alleviate some whatever financial, whatever it may be, marketing or whatever, and kind of share with other people. That's something that's good, you know what I'm saying? Like I know Hustle just dropped a Hulk Hustle. He got vinyls for that, like, and it's a solid project, man. You do a lot of stuff with, marketing for Smooth Freshness, and just I know he getting ready to drop a new album as well. So I love working with my brothers, and I love doing stuff on my own. So I'm doing everything simultaneously. So I might write a joint for my man, write something for myself. You know what I'm saying? It's all pretty much happening simultaneously. It's just when the stuff comes out, it's different. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, no doubt. So when it comes to the because we know some of y'all may or may not know you got some dope merch that you've been dealing with, man.
Yeah.
Is the merch available online or at the shows, or how you
Yeah,
what
I
you
mean,
doing?
right now, it's funny you say that. I just literally dropped my Azariah hoodie, Smooth Freshness Development hoodies today. That's my first time like getting a run of hoodies. Like I usually do t-shirts and stuff like that, but I got the nice hoodies, man. And you could pretty much hit me. They're not online yet. I'm still trying to, navigate that space, selling stuff kind of online. Right now I'm kind of just selling word of mouth. Let people know and everything like that. But shout out to Jay Bird Apparel. They did a phenomenal job with the hoodies, as well. So more to come, man. More in store, definitely.
That's what's up,
Yeah.
man. What's up? Is there any new artists or any artists that's in the town or wherever that you want to work with in the future that you
Um,
ever think about?
I mean, it's a lot of guys in the town, that's doing their thing. Like a lot of the younger generation dudes, like this dude named Kai Onyx. I seen him a couple weeks ago with Gior and Euphony. They had something at this one venue, and like I just like his vibe. So he seemed like he was positive. So it was dope, and he was doing this thing. As far as people I like to work with, if it happens, it happens. I don't force things. I like to let things happen organically.
Mhm.
But I'm just still trying to do what I can, man. You know what I'm
Now, what if some people wanted to reach out to you to
saying?
get a feature or whatever the case may be? How would they go about that? Do you charge or like how does that go?
Um, yeah, it all depends, man. Like, if you're good at something, man, you should be compensated, for it. That's how I feel. I don't lead with that all the time. And like I said, if it's respected, if they kind of know what they're getting, if they come to somebody like me, for something, then, I feel like all that wouldn't be an issue. You can reach me at smoothfreshness@gmail. That's my email for beats. If you features, stuff like that. It all depends, man. I'm kind of one of them people that moves to the beat of his own drum, so to speak. So I kind of got to be moved, and it's kind of got to make sense for me to do it. You know what I'm saying? I would say that.
No doubt, no doubt. Man. So would you be opposed to, or like say there was a proposition or somebody caught wind of you and wanted to take your situation to another level? Are you opposed to not necessarily maybe getting a deal, but working some type of distribution with somebody who can maybe budget some of the things you got going on? How would you feel about that?
All that is definitely something that I wouldn't say no to. It would, like I said, it'd have to make sense. I'd have to know more about it. I never was of the thought process that somebody's gonna come and save me and take me out of my situation. You want better. You kind of got to do better for yourself. So in the realm of that, while you kind of on your path, on your course, sometimes the stars align and things just happen and it opens up more doors. For instance, I had a show in Buffalo about almost a year ago with Quest, Young Black and Gifted. That's our group, myself and Quest as producer. There wasn't that many people for the show. It was maybe 10 to 15, 20 people total, if that. But I met an artist out there that was dope, you know what I'm saying, named Roshan. And from me doing that show in Buffalo, it led me to do the show I did in Toronto, you know what I'm saying? So, things just, when they happen and when you working towards them, I feel like things just work themselves out, man. I just want to be present in the moment and not really dwell on like the end result. Like, are they going to save me? I need a deal. I don't really look at it like that. I just want to keep making my music, pursuing my, my craft, and not willy nilly, like, it's just going to work out, but like not practical things that I can apply that benefit my situation. You know what I'm saying? It's really what it's about, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Is there any out of the places that you performed so far, right? Is there any spots that you like the most? Like out of all of the spots that you performed at, what was the most experience for you in terms of you feeling like this is it?
I mean, Toronto was dope. Urban Euphoria last year, when I or a year and a half, I forgot when it was, but that was dope. I feel like it's getting better, man, because I remember the days of performing and it's just crickets. And then that don't mean your shit is whack or nothing like that. But it's like, especially in Rochester, people be set in their ways. People, feel like they can't, show no love or support, and they got to just be mean mugging the whole time and all that. So I never let things like that phase me. I just keep going, and I feel like I'm getting better responses now as time goes on.
Yeah, definitely, man. Hey, man, that's what it is. You can't be discouraged by anything. You pushing forward towards your journey, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? As long as you're doing your best, that's all you can do, bro. That's all you can do. So what makes you the artist that you are, like in terms of your craft? Like what makes you want to continue to just do this? You know what I'm saying? When you really don't have to.
It's really something that is like, it's just how I function. You know what I'm saying? Like, hip hop is just a part of me. You know what I'm saying? And while it's a part of me, life is short. You ain't here forever. Like, I want to make the best of it. And I feel like I got purpose in it too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Now, do you have a manager right now?
Not really. I mean, Quest wears that hat sometimes. I wear it. Youth, you know what I'm saying, helps out with some things sometimes, But I really don't have a manager, I just do what I can with the team, you know what I'm saying? Folks around me.
No doubt. So as long as everybody on the same page, man, that's a beautiful thing. It's a good situation that you're working with.
Yes,
and
sir.
And of course, people you can trust, of course. You know
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. People that have been there. I met Quest late 05, you know what I'm saying? He's pretty much been there in the beginning. Same with you, you know what I'm saying? Also been around, for quite some time too. So yeah, man. Yeah.
That's the move, man. Well, any as we cap off the interview, man, any shout outs you want to give out to people? Let everybody know the rest of the projects you got coming out in the future.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my brother Ozell, you know what I'm saying, for letting me rock out,
No
in the
doubt.
spread, you know what I'm saying, doing my thing, you know what I mean? Shout out to my wife, Brittany, my daughter Amaya, my stepson Daryl. Shout out to you, R, for having me on your platform. Shout out to
Appreciate
BT, G4, Quest, Laddie,
it. No doubt.
Hustle, Youth, everybody, been around, man. Shout out to my man Bushido, shout out to McVeigh. Shout out to my man Predicate. Shout out to my man Smooth D and INF. Me and
Right.
INF and Youth got a project we in the works doing as well. I got a project in the cut with Chuck Chan. I got to tend to. Me and Hustle got a couple projects. The Jimmy Airplane project we getting ready to do, as well as in the Najee Jordan project. So it's a lot on the horizon. Me and Quest got the next Young Black and Gifted project, which is going to be called Misguided Souls. You know what I'm saying? That's reported. That's done. We just, getting things ready, man. So it's a lot of stuff, getting ready to come out, man. I just, hope it's received well, man.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, man, just to end it off, man, I just want to give you your flowers, brother. You one of the most consistent cats out here in the space of this hip hop music. I watched you grow for years, man. Ever since you was a
Right.
young boy out here moving
Yep.
around, and I just want you to know, man, I appreciate you as a person and as an artist, and you continuing to grow the way you are, brother. And it's a great thing to see, man. That's all I gotta say. So I'm gonna give you your flowers right here in front of
Thank
your
you, R.
face.
I appreciate that, man. Appreciate
Word.
that. Yes,
And
sir.
also thank you for being on season 2, man, for the interview. Like I said, we're gonna get you back on here as well. I got a lot of things cooking right now for the future. So yeah, man. Any last words or thoughts or anything like that?
Man, I appreciate it, man. This hip hop thing, man. We coming, man. We coming with it, and the town, where we from is dope. You know what I'm saying? Everything dope, man. I just appreciate all of it, man. I just, don't want to take nothing for granted. Ain't nothing promised, man. So, and nobody got to listen to their music either. So people that, buy my merchandise, listen to my music from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate that, because you could have been doing anything else with your time or money. So, thank
No doubt, man. Hey, man, continue to be the humble artist that you are, and all I
you.
see is nothing but growth, man, from here on out on both ends of the spectrum. So you got my full support. You already know, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, you're already in tune to Talk About It TV. You know what time it is. Second interview. If y'all didn't catch the first one, make sure y'all go on my platform, check the first one out, man, and see what's going on with Azariah. But he's moving and grooving, y'all, and y'all already know what time it is. Let's Talk About It TV, baby. Let's get it. Peace and blessings.